Hey guys, so today I'll be showing you how to crochet chunky earmuffs, which is a perfect gift for yourself, friends or family, and absolutely perfect for this winter season. So to start off, I'll be showing you what you need. So I'll be using two types of yarn. I'll be using plush yarn in baby pink and white. And also for this tutorial, the crochet hook I'll be using is a size 6mm. You'll also need a pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. And so yeah, you'll also need a headband. And I got it a while ago and it's starting to slowly peel off, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this plastic off and use this headband as my base. So I do recommend using a thicker headband though, because it will look a lot more neater, and also a headband without any grips on the bottom. You'll also need stuffing. I'm using soft toy filling, or filling basically. So we'll first start off with our base colour. So this is the colour that we'll have for the whole headband and the earmuffs itself. And I'll be doing mine as light pink. You guys can also use any colour you like, or any other colour combo. And I'll also be showing you how to make the earmuff part first and then the headband part. I'm just going to zoom in for you guys. So to start off, we'll be making a slip knot. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my hook through the slip knot and tighten it, and then go ahead and make chain 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first chain we made. So I'm just going to go into that chain, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on our hook, just like so. And now you can kind of see we have made our own little replica of a magic circle. So as you can see, we'll be crocheting into this middle circle here that has kind of formed from making our chain 4. So to start round 1, we'll go ahead and chain 2, so 1 and 2, and in this first round we will be making 8 half double crochets. For this tutorial, these initial chain 2s do not count as a stitch, so I'm going to go ahead, yarn over, go into that middle circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all loops on our hook, just like so, and that's our first half double crochet done. And do that again 7 more times. So yarn over, go into that circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on our hook. So that's our second one. And then I'm going to go ahead and make our third one, our 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and our last and final half double crochet, just like so. And now I'm going to go ahead, and this is our chain 2 that we made at the start of the round. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first half double crochet, so not the chain 2 but the top of that first half double crochet we made of the round. If you can't tell where it is, you can go ahead and just count the top of the V's, or the top of every stitch that we have made, backwards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8.
So this is our first half double crochet. Go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that. And to slip stitch, you literally just go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that loop on your hook, just like so. And that's our first round done. And now what we're going to do is, for our second round, we're going to go ahead and chain 2, yarn over, go into that first half double crochet stitch and make 2 half double crochets. So 1, and then I'm going to go ahead into that same stitch and make a second half double crochet. So for round 2, we'll be making 2 half double crochets in every stitch. In the previous round we had 8 half double crochets. In this round we will be having 16 half double crochets. So in that second stitch, I'm going to go ahead and make another 2 half double crochets. So I made 1, I'll go back into that same stitch and make a second one. So far we have 4 half double crochets. And then again, making 2 half double crochets in every single stitch all the way around. So now I have 8 half double crochets. And then again, in that final half double crochet. 1 and 2. And then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first half double crochet of the round, just like so. And we are ready to start round 3. So to start round 3, we will go ahead and chain 2 again, just like always. And in that first half double crochet stitch, we just slip stitch that first one right here. We are going to go ahead and make 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. So 1 and 2, And then we are going to make 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then make 2 half double crochets in that same stitch in the next one. So 1, go back into that same stitch and make 2. So this basically alternates between 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, 1 half double crochet, 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, 1 half double crochet, just like so. So we've done 2 half double crochets in this stitch, so I'll be doing 1 half double crochet in the next. Then I'll be doing 2 half double crochets in the same stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next. And you basically just want to carry on repeating this pattern all the way around. And this will just slowly increase our earmuffs. And just an FYI, please don't forget to make your half double crochets into that first stitch. Don't do it into the second one, or you will be losing stitches as we go around. So I'm just going to continue doing 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And feel free to pause the video here, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So in our last stitch, I'll go ahead and do 1 half double crochet, and that will align with our first stitch where we did our 2 half double crochets. Then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first half double crochet, just like so. And so we're going to carry on and do our 4th row. So we'll chain 2, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and again make 2 half double crochets in that initial stitch. So 1 and 2 into that same stitch. We'll go ahead and make a second double crochet, just like so. And now for our 4th round, we will be making 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. So for these next 2 stitches, I'll be making 1 half double crochet in each of them. So I've done 1, and then again in that next stitch, I'll make 1. Now that we've done our 1 half double crochet in 2 stitches, I'll be making 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. So I'll make 1 half double crochet, and then again in that same stitch make 2 half double crochets, and you just repeat that pattern all the way around. So in these next 2 stitches, I'll only be making 1 half double crochet. So 1 and 2, and then in that next stitch, I'll be making 2 half double crochets. So 1, go back into that same stitch, and 2. And just like before, you want to carry on just doing that all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So I've just completed my 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch, and now I have 2 more stitches to do 1 half double crochet. So 1 half double crochet in that first stitch, 1 half double crochet in that second stitch. And you should always end on 1 half double crochet in X stitch, because we always started with the 2 half double crochets in 1 stitch. So now I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that first half double crochet we made of the round. And this basically is our increasing finished. So we've done 4 rounds of increasing. We will do 1 round of just half double crochet all the way around, and then we'll do 4 rounds of decreasing. So now what we're going to do for round 5, we're going to go ahead and chain 2, and then I will make 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way around. So make 1 half double crochet in that first stitch we made, and then that second stitch, the third, and you basically just go all the way around doing 1 half double crochet in every single stitch. You can feel free to pause the video here, and I'll see you at the end of the round to show you what to do next. So here I'm just going to do my last couple of half double crochets, and you want to make sure that you've only done 1 half double crochet in every stitch, like so. And here we are, just doing my last half double crochet, and then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that top of that first half double crochet we made at the start of the round. And now what you can do is you can get a stitch marker. So I have a stitch marker like this, and this will become useful when we want to do the border at the end. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is put a stitch marker around that half double crochet panel that we've made. Pole, whatever this is, and then just put my stitch marker around it, just so I can identify which row we will go ahead and we'll go into when we do the border. So if you don't have a stitch marker, what you can do is you can just follow where you haven't made any increase rows, And now we can just carry on with our decrease rows, and I'll show you what to do for round 6. So since this is the start of our decrease rounds, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to chain 2, and we were going to do a half double crochet 2 together, yarn over, go into that first stitch, yarn over and pull through. Then I will go ahead into that second stitch and yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook, just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and make 1 half double crochet in these next 2 stitches. So I'm going to make 1 half double crochet in that first stitch, 1 half double crochet in that second stitch, and then I'm going to go ahead and half double crochet 2 stitches together. So I'm going to yarn over, go into that first stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into that second stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all the loops on our hook, just like so. And then we'll just repeat this pattern of 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2, and then half double crochet 2 stitches together. And I will see you at the end of the round, and you can feel free to pause the video here. So now I have 2 half double crochets left to do of the round. So 1 and 2, and now we have finished. And then I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that half double crochet together that we did at the start of the round. So you can kind of see it's curving together. So for our next round, round 7, I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. And start off with a half double crochet 2 stitches together, and then I'm going to go ahead and make 1 half double crochet in that next stitch, and then repeat by doing a 2 half double crochet 2 stitches together, and then go ahead and make 1 half double crochet in that next stitch. And again, just like before, we're just going to repeat that pattern. So we're going to do that same thing again, where we'll do half double crochet 2 stitches together, make 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, just all the way around, and I'll see you at the end, and then we can hopefully start stuffing before we carry on. So now I'm at the end of the row, and I'm just going to go ahead and make 1 half double crochet in that last stitch, and then go ahead and slip stitch into that top of that first half double crochet 2 stitches together, just like so. And that is our 7th round done, and we are almost finished. So one thing I like about using chunky yarn or baby knit yarn is that you can finish your project quite quickly. This is actually a bigger size than this as well, and I love it bigger size. This took me like 20 rows to finish. You can finish this in literally 8 rows, which is crazy. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my stuffing, stuff this up a little bit, and I will complete my last row with you guys and show you how I stitch it all together. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of grab a handful. For this, you kind of just have to use your eye. Just use how much you think will be good enough. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just stretch out my yarn a little bit, just so I don't lose any stitches while doing this. And you kind of want to stuff just a little bit, a couple of like pieces of stuffing at a time. And just make sure that tail end is just inside your work as well, because you don't have to weave in at the end. So you kind of want to make sure you stuff it all the way around, make sure all your stitches are like nice and even, because you know, if you don't stuff evenly, then your stitches won't look even either. I'm just going to put all of this in and see what it looks like. And it's so soft and like nice and cuddly. Anyway, so now it doesn't seem like we only have 1 row left, honestly. But we're going to go ahead and finish off our final row. This row might be a bit fiddly to do because we've stuffed our earmuff. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 2. We're just going to half double crochet 2 stitches all around this round. So I'm going to go ahead and half double crochet these first 2 stitches together, and then the second 2 stitches together. It can get a bit fiddly. Kind of just make sure you don't accidentally crochet into the stuffing as well. So now I'm doing the 3rd set of 2 crochets together, and you should just be doing this like 8 times. So I'm doing my 4th one and my 5th, and I'll be doing my 6. Oh my god, I dropped all my stuff. My 7. And now my 8. So go to that last stitch there. The yarn over and pull through all the stitches. And now I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that top of that first half double crochet 2 together that we made at the start of the round. And we are almost done. So at this point I'm just going to loosen my yarn a little bit, kind of just kind of move it around, make sure it's like nice and like big and compact and like how I want it. And you can also feel free to put this on your face. It is pretty big. This is kind of like a standard. This is like one of those fluffy ones that you would get at the market. These ones are super cute and very nice. I would love like how big this is. If you do want to make it smaller, I would recommend skipping 2 rounds of increase and 2 rounds of decrease if you are using this kind of size yarn. But this is how you basically make the earmuff. Anyway, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to leave a really decent sized tail end and cut off. Going to go ahead and yarn over and pull that yarn through, just like so. So now you want to grab your tapestry needle and go ahead and weave the yarn through or thread the yarn through the tapestry needle. There we go. And then we're just going to weave like in and out of every half double crochet 2 together that we did in this row, and then just pull that yarn through, just like so. And then again for these last 2 stitches as well. And then there we go. And now you just want to go into any of the stitches and yarn over and just pull through the loop on your hook to make a knot. And what I like to do is just get the ends and shove it into the actual earmuff itself, just to hide it and keep it secure. Once you've made both earmuffs with the stitch markers in, we can now go ahead and start making the headband part. I recommend using baby yarn or chunky yarn because it will be a lot more easier to crochet over the headband, and also who doesn't love like big chunky earmuffs, especially for this winter. Okay, so it'll be preferable if you have like a plain black or maybe a plain white or plain plastic or metal headband, and also without grips. Mine all have these grips on the bottom, and I don't have any headbands I want to give up apart from this one because it just is peeling off. So I'm just going to go ahead and just take this off like so, and we can get started with crocheting onto a headband. So for this one I'll be using the same colour as my base. This is the colour I'll be using for everything except for the applique that we'll make at the end, and so that is baby pink. So I'm still using the same crochet hook, the size 6. This is basically very simple. We'll basically just be doing single crochets all over the headband. So to start off, we'll be making a slip knot, and don't mind the like makeup marks on my hands, please. So to make a slip knot, what we'll do is we'll keep the tail end on the right hand side and the yarn end on the left hand side. I'll get my 2 fingers, my index finger and my middle finger on my right hand, just hold the yarn like so, and then I will twist my fingers so they are currently facing to me / to my left hand side, so I'll twist them to the back and then around so they face the right hand side, and then I'll bring that loop down that I've created to my tail end so it looks like this, and then I will pull this tail end and through the loop just like so. When you pull the tail end through, make sure you don't let go of any strands with your left hand, and I should pull through. This is just how I make a slip knot, and there are many ways of how you guys can make a slip knot as well, but I just thought I'd show you guys how I make mine. So we're going to go ahead and put that loop onto our hook and just pull that slip knot so it's tight. I'm going to then go ahead and get my headband. I will hold my headband so the ends are facing away from me and the head part is facing towards me. So I'm going to go ahead and just hold my yarn like so and make a slip knot around the headband. So this is my yarn end. I've put my headband over my yarn end. I will put my hook over the headband and make a slip knot, just like so. And now when I carry on crocheting, I will have my head side of the headband facing towards my left and the ends facing towards my right, because we'll be crocheting from like the right hand side all the way around. So like from right to left. So now that I've just made my slip stitch, I'm just going to go ahead and just tie that tail end and the yarn end together, just to keep it secure. So I'm just going to go ahead and tie that tail end and the yarn end together. And you don't have to crochet all the way down to the exact bottom of your headband, because your earmuffs will cover a little bit of it. But I recommend going as close as to the bottom as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a double knot. And when you crochet, you can just go ahead and crochet over the end to weave it in. It will make it easier at the end so you don't have to sew in anything. So I've only left like about ½ inch of like exposed headband on the end, and I'm just going to go ahead and start crocheting. So what we do is we're going to go ahead and make a single crochet around the headband, just like so. So I'm going to go under the headband, so like put your hook under the headband like so, yarn over, pull it over, under the headband again, and yarn over and pull through both of the loops on your hook. This part is quite fiddly, but it gets the job done. And this is what it looks like. If you use a thicker headband, it will be easier to hide the seams, which is basically that single crochet stitch. If you are using a fairly thin headband like mine, you can always go ahead and try and hide the seam under, or you can just leave it exposed at the back. So this is what the front of these earmuffs look like, this is what the back of these earmuffs look like, and this is what the seam is. So it's basically all those single crochets. So I'll carry on showing you what I'll be doing. So go ahead and hold the headband in the same position, put your crochet hook under the headband, so we're going under, we'll yarn over, go under and up, yarn over, and pull through both loops on your hook, just like so. And you want to just maintain the same tension you are like across the whole headband. Tension is basically how hard you pull the yarn on your left hand with your left hand. So if you have your tension loose for some stitches and tight for other stitches, your headband won't look even at all. So this part is fairly easy, like I said, but it can be quite fiddly. You literally just keep crocheting, make single crochets over your headband, just like so. So we'll go under that headband, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over and pull through the 2 loops on your hook. And you just carry on doing that. And yeah, you just want to carry on doing this all the way until you get to the end, and I'll see you there. So just another thing before I see you when we finish the headband is, once you make your single crochet, make sure you push the stitches together, because you want like no gaps when you do this. Especially if you're not using a similar color to your wool, you don't want the black headband to be very noticeable. So it is kind of difficult because my headband is sticky, but if you don't have a sticky headband, you can just quickly slide the stitches together, make sure it just looks how you like it, and then just carry on crocheting. You can do like 5 stitches and then check, 5 stitches and check, and that's just basically how I do it. And yeah, again, you can just carry on making your single crochets over your headband, and I'll see you at the end. I've just finished single crocheting all the way around, so I'm just going to cut off and leave a couple of inches, just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to yarn over and just pull that yarn through, just to make a knot. Now we're going to push our seam to the bottom of the headband, just to hide it, because it looks cute from here, but it looks like a mess from here. Basically, you just push down like the seam, which is basically the single crochets, to the bottom of the headband, just to hide it. If you like the look, you can keep it at the top, but I'm just going to push it down. So I've shown you everything we need to crochet with our base colour, and now I'll be using the secondary colour. I'll be using white, and first I'll show you how to crochet the border on the earmuffs before we get to the applique. So to start off, you want to make a slip knot. We'll put the slip knot aside and we'll go ahead and find the stitch marker which we had put on round 5 previously. And you want to put your crochet hook under the half double crochet stitch just like so, and get your slip knot and loop it onto your crochet hook. You then want to pull the loop onto your hook through that half double crochet stitch, yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook to make a chain. 1. And now I've just put my work down and I'm going to go ahead and make a double knot with the tail end and the yarn end. Make sure to not make the knot over your crochet hook because you only want one loop on your hook. So you want to put your crochet hook under the next half double crochet stitch. We are not going into the top of the half double crochet stitches. Remember, they are laying sideways, so you are just going into the post of the half double crochet stitch. You want to yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook to make a single crochet. You also want to remember to crochet over your tail end just to weave it all in. So again, we'll just go under that half double crochet post and make a single crochet. And you want to repeat, just going under that half double crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook to make a single crochet. You can see that the posts lay down lengthwise, so please be careful when single crocheting and don't go into any other rounds. You are crocheting into the 5th round of the earmuff. So you just want to continue going under every half double crochet post and make single crochets. Remember to just go in line around the earmuff. Try not to crochet into any other rounds. So again, I'm just going to put my tail end away and you want to go under that half double crochet post and make a single crochet just like so. It may be a bit hard at first, but once you start crocheting, it'll be easier to see each individual half double crochet stitch on its side. And you want to just keep going all the way until you reach the stitch marker, and I'll see you then. So now I just have a few more half double crochets to single crochet into, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove my stitch marker. I'm going to make my last few single crochets, and once you have finished, you want to go ahead and slip stitch into that first single crochet that you have made at the start of the border. And that completes the earmuff, the sides of the earmuff, and now we can go ahead and just cut off the end and yarn over and pull through and tighten on the tail end just to tighten up the knot. Using my crochet hook, I'm just going to go ahead and weave in that tail end in through the border and into the actual earmuff itself. One thing I like about these earmuffs is that you can literally just hide in your ends inside the earmuff and it will just add to the fluffiness of it. The white border on these earmuffs make them look like macarons and they look so cute. I want to eat them. But now I want to go ahead and do the same border on the other earmuff. Honestly, I wanted to leave my earmuffs looking like this because I really like them plain with the border, but for the sake of this video, I'll also be showing you how to make the star applique and how I add it. So to start off, you will make a magic circle. Put your hook through the magic circle and go ahead and chain 3. This will count as a double crochet for this round. Now you want to go ahead and make 14 double crochets into the magic circle. So you yarn over, go into the magic circle, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the second 2 loops on your hook. Just like how I'm showing you guys in the video. So in total, including the chain 3 we made at the start of the round, we will have a total of 15 double crochets. Go ahead and carry on making double crochets into the magic circle, and I'll see you when I've completed my 15th double crochet. 15th because it's including the chain 3. Now I've done my final double crochet and I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that top of that chain 3 we made at the start of the round. And now we'll start round 2. So for round 2, you want to go ahead and chain 5. Now we will miss the first chain from our hook, go into the second chain and make a single crochet. And now in the next chain, we'll go ahead and make a half double crochet. In that third chain, we'll make a double crochet. And in the final chain, in that 5th chain, we'll make a treble crochet. And now we will skip the next 2 stitches and make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from our chain 5 triangle thing. And we will repeat that again, so we'll go ahead and chain 5, 4 and 5, and then we will go into the 2nd chain from the hook, so we'll skip that 1st chain and we'll make a single crochet, and then in the 2nd chain we'll make a half double crochet. In the 3rd chain we'll make a double crochet, and in the last chain you want to yarn over twice and make a treble crochet. So you'll yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, the second 2 loops, and then the third 2 loops. And then again we'll skip 2 stitches and make a slip stitch into the 3rd stitch from the hook, and repeat by making the chain 5, 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, and 1 treble crochet. So I will continue doing this, and feel free to pause the video here. If you do need some more help on how to crochet the star, I do have a separate video which goes into more detail, so please check that out if you would like to. It is linked in my description box down below, and I'll see you at the end of making the star. So I've just finished my last set of chain 5 triangle thing, and I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into where I've made the first point of the star, and you should end up with 5 points of the star. You can go ahead and now just cut off a decent tail end and yarn over and pull that tail end through. Just tighten it to make a solid knot. And I'm just tracing out my star, and you can go ahead and make a second one for the other side of the earmuff. So now I have everything ready and my glue gun ready, and I'll show you how I assemble the earmuffs together. So I'm going to start with the stars and the sides of the earmuffs, and I'm just positioning the star onto the sides just how I like it. You can always tie off the ends of the star, but I'm lazy, so I'm going to glue them down, and they'll just be hidden when I glue them onto the sides of the earmuff. And I'm just hot gluing the star onto the earmuff, and I will sew it down afterwards just for extra security. So here I am just positioning it. When you do hot glue things down, do be careful because it can get quite hot. So be careful not to burn your fingers or anything. You can also use fabric glue, but I also do recommend sewing down the stars as well for a cleaner look. You can also just not add stars to your earmuffs, it's up to your preference. So now I've just got my tapestry needle, and I'm just going to go ahead with the same colour yarn as my star, so the white yarn, and I'm just going to go ahead and sew down the edges of the star just so the points can lay flat down onto the side of the earmuff. And once you've finished just sewing it down, I would recommend just shoving the ends into the actual plush part itself, into the earmuffs, just to keep it more secure. I tied the end yarn with the starting yarn together, and here I'm just pushing it into the earmuff. And look how much cleaner it looks now, especially on the sides. It looks so much more better compared to this earmuff. In the meantime, I also hot glued down my seams, and this is what it looks like on the headband. So now this is the point where we're going to join the 2 sides of the earmuff and the headband together. So what I like to do is, this is like the last stitch that we did in the earmuff. I like to just go a stitch before and kind of weave that exposed part of our headband through one of the stitches like so. And I'll also do it on this side. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the mirror, I just wear it on my head, go to the mirror and check whether this is the size I like. I've just fitted it around my head and just seen like how comfortable it is for me. So you can always, if you want your earmuffs to be higher, you can weave lower down the stitches. If you want your earmuffs to be lower, you can weave higher up the stitches. So instead of weaving into that middle part of where we finished, I am going to weave a stitch above. So this part is literally just gluing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align the top of the stars. So I'm just going to take my headband out a little bit, just take it out all the way. Glue gun that bottom part, and then I'll also glue like about a ½ an inch above that, because I'm not sure how much my headband was touching that part of the earmuff. So I've kind of estimated it, and then I'm just going to go back into there, push it how it was before, and kind of just press against, so that glue gun part will stick to kind of stuffing, like the fiber filling. And then once it's kind of like in, so I can just move around, I'm going to go ahead and just glue a little bit above that towards the earmuff as well, because we don't want our earmuffs to be hanging out. And I'm just going to do like a zigzag kind of thing across, like a little Z. So it's like full coverage. And then I'm just going to go ahead and press against the earmuff, and then you just want to hold it there. Just try to be careful with your fingers, because you know hot glue guns can get very hot. So obviously the lower down you glue your headband, so if you would like your headband to be in the middle part, you will have to glue more of your headband down to the earmuff. So what I would do is, if I'm going to weave this much into the gap, I'll glue down that part first, weave it in, let it dry, and then I would glue like as much as needed for the earmuff to stick to that headband part. But just so it kind of looks straight and nice.
We'll do the same thing again on this side, just ignore the tail for the time being. We're going to just find that same space, so I said like here, a row above. So I'm going to do that same thing again, just going to glue this exposed part of the headband. Be generous with your glue, you know. So I'm just going to hold that in. You kind of just push it in like as much as the headband allows you to push in. Don't end up putting like half of your headband inside the earmuff. Like, make sure it fits on your head as well. Go ahead and just glue that other part. So again, I'm just going to do like a little Z. Obviously, if you guys have put your earmuffs higher up the headband or lower down the headband, you will have more areas of the headband you need to glue down to the earmuff. Don't go past the border if you don't have that much left to glue down.
And I've just pressed it on for a little bit. The glue is pretty dry. This is what the inner parts look like. So now I'm just going to go ahead, and this is the end piece from the headband that's just been hanging around. I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch it to the earmuff. This is literally just like a random crochet hook I found, and now I'm just going to weave it into the earmuff like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and push that end into the earmuff. Any ends, any tail ends you've just got left hanging out from your project, you can just push into the earmuff. You won't be able to notice, and it'll add to the stuffing, and that is your earmuffs done. Except for me, because I still have that star to do on the left hand side. But congratulations, you've made it. Remember to unplug your hot glue guns, and I'll show you what the final product looks like. Ignore the look, this was literally at midnight, but look how cute these earmuffs are, and of course my phone case. But first the earmuffs. They are super cute, super cozy, and just adorable. I love wearing them on my head, and they fit so comfortably as well. It's such a perfect gift for yourself, friends or family. And yeah, I hope you found this tutorial very helpful. I'm sorry it's so long. I wanted to explain everything in depth, so please remember to comment, like and subscribe to my channel, because you know you'll get to see more cute creations and how to make them. You may have seen on my social media accounts, I do also have a mini version of these, and I will be adding the pattern to the description box of this video down below. So if you'd also like to make those, do check out the pattern. And yeah, once again, thank you very much for watching. Bye!